I love being in person with everybody, but over text, I don't know, there's a disconnect, but everybody loves texting. A lot of messages get through by texting, and I think official messages are really good, but I don't think like connections are really good that way, you know? So because that's kind of like people on my team now, you know, a lot of texting. But.
Well, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, you guys are young, and it's interesting in my house because so my kids, let me just frame it for you. So my oldest is 15, 12, and then 8. Okay, so these are the ages of my kids. So you guys are closer to my kids' age. In fact, I'm probably your parents' age. I'm 52 years old, so a lot of you guys have parents that are probably my age. And I'm a big fan of young people, and I'm trying to always get my brain thinking the way your challenges and your thinking. So I don't blame anybody for wanting to text. In fact, a lot of times somebody will call me and I'm like, I'll just shoot them a text back instead of talk to them. Like, it's just easier. I don't want to have to, sometimes it can be draining, like to talk. So I get it, but I do think that there is an art to texting, just like there's an art to email. And I've been commending my son lately because I'm like, your text game is really good. Like him and his mom were having some type of conflict digitally through text, right? Which was interesting. And I went to read the text thread. I'm like, so he apologized to his mom. He didn't just say, sorry, mom. He said, I'm sorry, mom. So again, that makes it more sincere to say, I'm sorry versus sorry for your whatever. What do you mean? What do you mean sorry? Like, who's sorry? Yeah. Did we forget how English works exactly? Like, you can't just say that word. And so I think where I'm kind of going with that is there is a way to sort of prime the pump with a text, if you will, to then set up the conversation the way you're looking at it, which I would agree. I would much rather have face-to-face interaction. Even like I could have done a Zoom call with you guys or come down here face-to-face. I'd way rather be with people face-to-face. Versus Zoom, because I don't know, there's just some emotional connectedness that happens when you are sharing the same energy, So I would lean to that. Like, that is the go-to. Like, think about making a sale as an example. Like, you could make a sale through text, you could make a sale through email, you could make a text through Zoom, you could make a sale through face-to-face. Like, well, your highest chances are always going to be face-to-face, always. Like, think of like professional salespeople, people that, like one of the places we knocked on the door again, I said for my son, Berkshire Hathaway, and I'm like, oh, you have some of the real estate people selling $40 million houses in Newport Beach. I'm like, my son wants that job. He wants to be the intern for the salesperson selling $40 million houses. At 3% commission, you'd make $120,000 on one sale. Or hang on, 40 million, 3%? 1.2 million. Make $1.2 million on that transaction. I'm like, I want my son to learn how to do that. And so, like, they could do all kinds of marketing to get people's attention, but nobody's closing a deal through text. Like, okay, I got 1.2 million commission on this. Yeah. This guy, I only know him digitally. I got his interest, but I have to meet this guy. So I think your instincts are strong and good that you want to just connect with people either through a phone call or you want to see them, but you can prime the pump with the text. You could be thoughtful and not so quick with the text. I find so on the receiving end of text, I would say my text game is pretty good because I take my time with it. I'm not just send, and then leave it up to the receiver to decipher what I really meant. Well, this doesn't make sense, what he's saying. I got a text one time that said something like, the apples are something, and it was a business question. Apples had nothing to do with it, but autocorrect gave him the word apples. And so I'm receiving it, I'm like, so what did he mean? Well, like, what a poor form of communication when you don't even have the right words and you're trying to communicate with somebody like that. That's brutal. So I don't want to do that, so emojis are even better than that. Memes are better than that. But just be thoughtful in those texts. You could even send a text like, hey, I'm really feeling bad for you. I know that you know, and maybe this is too long, but I know you had a fight with your girlfriend last night, and then you had a bad day in the field. I feel awful. I've been thinking about you all day. Let's connect sometime tonight. So I'm getting that text from you, and I'm like, well, is that ever thoughtful? Okay. I appreciate the empathy. Because, yeah, I was thinking about my girlfriend. I was an idiot last night, and I said some mean things to her, and then it translated into me having a brutal day in the field, and I didn't do well, and I was, you know, I kind of took on a long lunch break that I shouldn't have taken, and nobody really knows, but I appreciate your empathy. And now the guy's connected more to you because of your text. So again, you can use the technology to communicate efficiently, but do it in a way that you can, you know, make deposits in people. But take your time. Don't be so quick. I mean, I know some people, I'm just taking my phone out of my pocket. I might need it later. But yeah, I take my time, and I think that it is an undervalued tool to communicate if done right. And most people, in my opinion, emails and texts, they get a failing grade, in my opinion. Most people get failing grades. Some people don't even check their email. Some people have so many texts that they lose track, and there's a text 400 people down. Oh, I totally forgot about this one. That's not how to manage texts. That's not how to do it. Like, there is a way to do it. It's like, okay, boys, let me show you how to do this. Because I think it's an art. I think there is an art to effective texting. I'm a fan of texting. I am, but it's got to be done right. So just take your time. Go slow. Slow is fast with texting. Slow is fast.